Capricorn is one of the most misunderstood signs in the zodiac because their ambition does not look like ambition at first. They are not usually the loudest person in the room. They are not the one making giant promises, posting every new goal, or asking people to witness every step of the climb. In fact, if you only judge ambition by how visible it is, you might completely miss how dangerous Capricorn really is. Because Capricorn does not announce the mountain, they just start climbing it. And by the time everyone else realizes how high they have gone, Capricorn is already standing somewhere nobody thought they could reach. That is what makes them different. Their ambition is not flashy. It is not impulsive. It is not built for applause. It is built for results. Quiet results. Permanent results. The kind that do not disappear when trends change or attention fades. A lot of signs want success. Capricorn wants something deeper than success. They want structure. They want position. They want proof. They want a life that cannot be easily shaken. And that changes everything. Most people think ambition is about wanting more. More money, more status, more recognition, more influence. Capricorn can want all of those things too, but their hunger usually comes from a different place. For them, success is not just about having something impressive. It is about building something solid, something that lasts, something that protects them from chaos, uncertainty, and dependence. That is why Capricorn often moves in silence. They are not trying to impress the moment. They are trying to secure the future. And when you understand that, suddenly their behavior starts making a lot more sense. Why do they seem so private about their plans? Because to Capricorn, a plan is not entertainment. It is not conversation. It is not something to throw into the air just to feel inspired for a few minutes. A plan is a blueprint. It is delicate in the beginning. It needs focus. It needs discipline. It needs protection from people who talk too much, doubt too quickly, or bring their own fear into something they do not fully understand. Capricorn knows that once a goal is spoken too early, it changes. Other people start reacting to it, questioning it, projecting onto it, expecting things from it, and that can weaken the vision before it has even had a chance to grow. So Capricorn often keeps quiet, not because they are unsure, not because they are scared, but because they know that some things grow better in private. That silence is one of their greatest strengths, and one of the reasons people underestimate them so often. We live in a world that rewards performance. People are encouraged to talk, reveal, explain, announce, update, and display everything in real time. Capricorn does not naturally trust that model. They have seen too many people confuse talking with doing. And Capricorn hates fake momentum. They do not want to feel productive. They want to be productive. That is why they are often willing to disappear for a while, work in the background, and let people think nothing major is happening. Meanwhile, beneath that calm surface, they are making calculations most people never see. They are watching patterns, measuring risks, testing timing, studying what works and what collapses. They are not just asking, "Can I get this?" They are asking, "Can I build this in a way that lasts?" That question is the key to understanding Capricorn. Because while other signs may chase the thrill of the breakthrough, Capricorn is already thinking about what happens after the breakthrough. What happens when the spotlight moves on? What happens when the applause fades? What happens when maintaining success becomes harder than reaching it? Capricorn wants answers to those questions before they commit. That can make them seem slow in the beginning, sometimes even hesitant. But their slowness is deceptive. It is not laziness. It is not fear. It is precision. Capricorn would rather move late with power than move early with weakness. They do not mind being underestimated during the setup stage, because they know something most people learn too late. Fast is impressive. Stable is rare. And Capricorn has always been more interested in what is rare. This is where their ambition becomes almost intimidating. Because once Capricorn decides something is worth building, they do not approach it halfway. They may not move dramatically, but they move with endurance. They can keep going long after excitement dies, long after the crowd gets bored, long after other people start chasing a new dream. That is where Capricorn starts winning. Not always in the beginning, not always in the middle, but very often in the end. Because they understand how much of life is simply outlasting distractions. And that is something they are exceptionally good at. There is a certain kind of person who talks about changing their life every week. New plans, new goals, new visions, new identities. Capricorn watches that and learns a lesson from it. They see how easily people fall in love with potential and then abandon it when reality gets heavy. Capricorn is different. They are not in love with potential unless it can survive pressure. They do not care how good something sounds if it cannot hold weight in the real world. That is why Capricorn can come off as colder than they really are. They do not fall for beautiful ideas just because they are beautiful. They want strategy. They want practicality. They want the version of success that still works on tired days, difficult years, and disappointing seasons. That mindset makes them incredibly strategic. Capricorn is usually thinking further ahead than people realize. Even when they are relaxed, part of their mind is still observing the future. They are measuring trade-offs, thinking in steps, asking what today will cost tomorrow. They are not just reacting to the present. They are negotiating with time. And that is one reason they rarely love speaking too soon. The moment Capricorn talks openly about a goal, the world starts touching it. And Capricorn often wants a dream to stay untouched until it is strong enough to defend itself. They would rather say less and build more. They would rather shock people with results than comfort them with promises. That is not because they do not trust anyone. It is because they understand the power of preserving energy. Every goal needs energy. Attention is energy. Emotion is energy. Focus is energy. And Capricorn does not like waste. So while other people spend energy talking, Capricorn stores it, concentrates it, converts it into steps, habits, systems, and decisions. That is why their success can look sudden from the outside. One day, people barely notice them. The next day, they seem impossible to ignore. But Capricorn's success is almost never sudden. It is accumulated. It is built in mornings nobody saw, in sacrifices nobody praised, in self-control nobody rewarded, in choices that looked boring at the time but became powerful later. That is the hidden story of Capricorn. They are often willing to live unimpressively for a while in order to become undeniable later. And that is where the real high point begins. Because the most shocking thing about Capricorn is not that they succeed. It is how long they were preparing before anyone noticed. While others were seeking signs, Capricorn was laying bricks. While others were asking for validation, Capricorn was strengthening the foundation. While others were performing confidence, Capricorn was earning competence. That difference matters. A person built on attention becomes unstable when attention disappears. A person built on trends becomes lost when trends change. But Capricorn tries to build on something much harder to remove: actual capability. And once they have that, they become dangerous in the best possible way. This is also why Capricorn defines success differently from a lot of other signs. Some signs want freedom above all. Some want passion. Some want visibility. Some want emotional fulfillment or creative recognition. Capricorn may value those things too, but deep down, success usually means one thing above all else: security with substance. Not fake security. Not temporary security. Not the kind that looks good but falls apart under pressure. Real security. They want to know that what they built can carry weight. They want to know they can depend on themselves. They want to know that if life gets hard, they are not standing on fantasy. That is why money often matters to Capricorn, but not always for shallow reasons. Money can represent control. It can represent options. It can represent not having to beg life for stability. Status can matter too, but often because status reflects earned credibility. Achievement matters because it proves something measurable. For Capricorn, these things are rarely just decoration. They are evidence. And yet, there is a cost to this kind of ambition. A quiet ambition creates a quiet pressure. Capricorn may not tell everyone what they are building, but that does not mean the burden is light. In fact, sometimes it is heavier because so much of it stays inside. They carry the standards privately, the deadlines privately, the fear of wasted time privately, the need to stay strong privately. People see the composed face and assume Capricorn has everything under control. But inside, Capricorn is often carrying a private mountain. They can struggle to rest without guilt. They can struggle to celebrate before the next goal appears. They can struggle to feel safe even after achieving something significant, because part of them is always thinking about maintenance, risk, and what could still go wrong. That is the hidden ache beneath their strength. Capricorn often looks calm because they have learned how to hold weight without showing it. But just because they carry it well does not mean it is light. And this may be the most important truth of all. Capricorn's ambition is not loud because it is weak. It is quiet because it is heavy. It carries responsibility. It carries vision. It carries the pressure of wanting a life that means something, lasts long, and cannot be easily taken away. So no, Capricorn does not need to announce every dream. They do not need the room to believe in them. They do not need constant witness, constant applause, or constant noise. They need time. They need focus. They need room to build. Because when Capricorn finally rises, it is rarely built on luck. It is built on discipline, on patience, on strategy, on the ability to keep moving when nobody is clapping and nobody is sure what they are doing. That is why people get them wrong for so long. They mistake silence for smallness, patience for passivity, privacy for uncertainty. And then one day, Capricorn becomes the very thing nobody expected them to become. Not because they changed overnight, but because they never stopped building. That is the power of Capricorn's silent ambition. It does not beg to be seen. It becomes too real to ignore. And by the time the world notices, the structure is already standing. If this felt exactly like the Capricorn in your life, or maybe exactly like you, hit like, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more deep Zodiac insights.
Thanks again for watching the video. I surely appreciate your support. If you enjoy it, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I really help a lot and motivate me to keep making more videos for you. See you in the next one. Bye.